I get lots of questions about when do I need to taper? People wonder, my doctor prescribed prednisone for 5 days, 40 milligrams for 5 days, for example. Don't I need to taper off when it's over? I hear you, Dr. Megan, talking about the importance of tapering and that not tapering is one of the, 7 deadly sins of prednisone. But there are a few exceptions for when you don't need to taper. So if you were working in a pharmacy, you would see tons of prescriptions that say 40 milligrams for 5 days, and that's it. That's the entire prescription. There's no tapering involved. Are people okay, though, if they only taper not at all? If they go from 40 down to 0 instantly? And often, if it's a very short-term prescription, people are okay. Most people are okay if they just go off cold turkey for a very short-term prescription. But what exactly does short-term mean? So I'd say for 5 days or less, it's pretty safe to just go off cold turkey. If you're having side effects after a day or two and you're like, can I just stop? Then I'd say, yeah, just stop. But after 5 days, that's when it gets a little more iffy. The cutoff I definitely use is beyond 10 days. If you've been on prednisone or another steroid for 10 days or more, then you need to taper. That's my professional opinion. You need to taper. And what does taper mean? It means you start out at a high dose and you go smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it's gone. So for example, you might start at 20 and you would go down to 15 and then you'd go down to 10 and then you'd go down to 5, 2.5 and off. That's an example of a taper. There are lots of ways you can taper prednisone though, and it's more of an art than a science. So if you are interested in what taper possibilities there might be, just click the link below and I will have a download where you can get all of the tapering options and a little worksheet that you can fill in. So you don't have to do any thinking. You just, okay, today's this day. All right, I'm gonna just follow this tapering plan. Always follow the instructions of your doctor, work closely, let them know what you're doing. But sometimes doctors just say, okay, you can taper off. And you're like, how? What do I do? That's exactly what I created this for. So it is the tapering prednisone plan that I've created that includes all of like the long-term prednisone, the short-term prednisone, the dead slow taper, all of them are included. You could just choose which page works for you and print off that one. So if you want a copy, just click the link below. Signing off as Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.